Good day, everyone, most especially to our dear panelists in today's Action Research Review. I am Alan Ray Mariano Belisario, Teacher 3 from Caypian National High School. My action research is titled Utilizing Quest, Question, Usage, Engagement, System, Topic, Strategy as Reduction Tool for Grade 7 Learners' English Writing Anxiety. This topic indeed recognizes the significance of writing as an important communication skill because it allows a person to share his message with a large number of people either through print or electronic form of media. Likewise, content, idea structure, diction or word choice, linguistic features, and mechanics are all part of writing process. However, due to this pandemic, our class interaction has been limited to online communication or via calls and text messaging, excluding the proper context that we want to deliver to our learners, most especially whenever we want them to correct or revise their written outputs. That is why I came up with a strategy or intervention that will address the learners' writing anxiety, a challenge that hinders them to appreciate the beauty of writing. The two relevant concepts of this study are writing anxiety and quest strategy. Writing anxiety is defined as a person's avoidance to engage in the writing process, particularly when it is to be evaluated in some way. This can be related to the concept of anxiety, which refers as a learner's experience of feelings of uneasiness, worries, and physiological responses while performing a task for a specific language skill such as speaking, reading, and writing. Writing anxiety is a fear of writing process that outweighs the expected benefits of being able to write. To address this problem, quest strategy is devised. This is based on RAF or role, audience, form, topic, which is a system to help students understand core elements to organize paper. The function of quest strategy is to help the learners construct their ideas through graphic organizers, concept map, and questions. In this strategy, the learner's task shall be written in a worksheet. The students will generate their insights from the questions and tasks presented in every lesson. Then, an outline of their answers will be in the form of any suggested graphic organizers. With all these premises, this research seeks to answer the following questions. Number 1, what is the status of grade 7 students' writing anxiety? And number 2, how can quest strategy reduce the grade 7 students' writing anxiety? For objective 1, focusing on the grade 7 students' level of writing anxiety, we divided the types of anxiety into 3 types. We have the cognitive, somatic, and avoidance anxiety. And for us to be able to analyze the result of these tables, we have to keep in mind that CA statements cover positive or affirmative and negative elements. Figure 1 shows cognitive anxiety result for positive statements of ODL and MDL learners. We may say that there is higher agreement towards the questions. Therefore, both ODL and MDL learners feel worried about getting a poor grade and afraid about their English composition being chosen as a sample to be discussed in the class. Figure number 2 shows the cognitive anxiety for negative items or statements of ODL and MDL learners. Based on this figure, we may say that ODL learners have higher disagreement towards the questions or items than the MDL learners. In this aspect, ODL learners have higher writing anxiety level than the MDL learners. Next table shows the somatic anxiety result of ODL learners. Table number 4 shows somatic anxiety result of MDL learners. Based on the results, we have to be reminded that the higher the agreement, the more anxious the learners could be. Therefore, both ODL and MDL learners have a high level of writing anxiety. Table number 5 shows avoidance anxiety of ODL learners. Table number 6 shows avoidance anxiety of MDL learners. Just like in cognitive anxiety level, AA or avoidance anxiety statements cover positive and negative elements as well. Figure 3 shows the avoidance anxiety for positive items of ODL and MDL learners. Based on this figure, we may say that there is high students' eagerness to write down their thoughts in English and produce their compositions in English as well. However, figure 4 shows the avoidance anxiety for negative items. Based on this figure, we may say that most of the respondents would show agreement on their avoidance in writing in English. For objective number 2, focusing on the reduction of grade 7 students' writing anxiety through quest strategy, we will be showing the result of the quest worksheets and or the second language writing anxiety invent. This figure shows the result of their writing output for the quest worksheets 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is for the ODL learners. Based on this figure, we may say that more learners got a score of 20 to 18 or 18 to 20 as they accomplished the fourth worksheet. No student got a score in the lower range. Majority got a score range of 15 to 20. This figure shows the result of the scores of the MDL learners as they accomplished the 4 worksheets. We may say that majority of the learners got a score range of 17 to 15. Some students started in the 2 lowest score range but eventually improved as they worked on the last 2 worksheets. Based on the results, we may say that ODL learners perform better than MDL learners. One factor could be the guidance from the teacher and the parents. Another conclusion could be there is indeed an improvement on their writing performance as they accomplish the last 2 worksheets. Table 7 presents the t-test result of ODL students' writing anxiety level comparing the pre-test and post-test result using the second language writing anxiety inventory. The smaller the p-value, the more it supports first conclusion or hypothesis. The result is significant as the p-value is less than 0.05. Table 8 compares the pre-test and post-test writing anxiety levels of ODL students or MDL students using the second language writing anxiety inventory to the t-test results. This indicates that the magnitude of difference between the average of 0 is large. The result is significant at p less than 0.05. It means that the data suggests that both ODL and MDL students who receive the intervention improve significantly. Based on the mean, the writing anxiety has been slightly reduced. When comparing the results of the learner's exposure to the quest strategy, the researcher may conclude that a significant reduction in writing anxiety was noticed in ODL learners, where teacher-assisted instructions may have played a role. However, there is a little decline in MDL learners since teacher support was limited due to a lack of devices or other ways of communication. For their recommendations, we may perhaps recommend the following. First, activities must be properly scheduled. Completing the quest worksheets may overlap with other activities in the learning modules. As a result, it's strongly advised to make it more integrated so that the learners may see its essence. Second, other mechanics in writing such as grammar, capitalization, punctuations, and spelling should be emphasized. Learners were given simple activities which allow them to freely write their thoughts about a certain topic. This only shows that the quest worksheets should promote holistic development in the learner's writing skills. Third, quest worksheets, format, and style can be incorporated or used to other subject areas. Improving writing skills is not exclusive to language classes. Instead, because all teachers are language teachers, these competencies should be fostered in all subject areas. With this, I would like to thank you all for listening to my presentation, and I'm now ready to listen to your feedback. Thank you very much.